Today we're going to be working on a PlayStation 2 that has a no power issue. We're going to open it up and we're going to check out the inside and see what we might find. I'm going to start with the power supply and I'm going to work my way from there. I think the power supply may be the problem and we'll find out shortly. The good thing about this system is I got it on eBay. It was, I don't know, it was 20 bucks and like $20 shipping. So I've got like 40 bucks in this now. But the little warranty sticker on the back, it has not been damaged at all, so I know this system has not been opened yet. I will be the first one inside the system. So let's start taking this thing apart and see what we've got. So this system is really clean and the plastic is in good condition. I have high hopes for being able to fix this one, but that's not always the case. This one has never been into before. I can verify that now. Which is awesome. Alright, here's what I think is got the problem. So I'm going to go ahead and take it off. This is a PlayStation 39001. So here's the power supply. First things first, I'm going to check the fuse. And if the fuse checks good, I'm going to hone in and check on these capacitors over here and see if I can find out what's going on to cause the no power issue. And I'm going to plug in power to this board here once I check the fuse and see if I do get any output to this right here. If I do get voltage here, that means it's not going to be the board. It's going to be further into the system. First things first, I've got my multimeter set on continuity. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's not very loud. But you can see the lights coming on. So now let me check this. The fuse is good. So now I need to look into the capacitors. I'm going to connect my power back to this, and then I'm going to check right here. These on this side are going to be ground and these two are going to be hot. So let me hook a little power to this right here. Got my power plugged in. I'm going to turn the switch on. All right, we are live. So let me see what we've got right here. And the plug. Yep, we got power. And now let me see what we got over here on this board. We've got nothing. So that leads me to believe we got capacitor issues. I don't have the tool to test the capacitors while they're in the board. I'll have to take them out, and I'm going to start with these two right here. I have the two capacitors to replace those small ones. I do not have the capacitors to replace these larger ones. I'm hoping they're good. So I've replaced two capacitors. I replaced this one and I replaced this one. This one is the exact same numbers as I took out. The form factor is a little bit shorter. This one is the same form factor, but the numbers are slightly different than the one I took out. The voltage is the same, but instead of it being 27 microfarads, this one is 33 microfarads. This one tested pretty good. This one tested bad. So I'm hoping that I have voltage over here now. I've got my power supply plugged up, and I'm going to cut the power on, and I'm going to see if I get some voltage now that I have the capacitors changed. I'm going to power this thing on, and we're going to see if it works. Powering on now. We have a red light. Pressing the reset button. And we have Sony Computer Entertainment on the TV screen. Alright, let's try a game now. Let's see if this thing will even eject. Everything's so dirty. Alright. I did go ahead and plug a controller up. There it goes. Looks like it recognized the disc. Alright, I do not have a memory card. I did not purchase one of those. Start. Okay, I gotta read the instructions. Start. This is Splinter Cell. So that game does work. Alright, I'm not gonna make y'all go through all of that. I'm going to eject the game now. We're gonna see if it'll work on a movie. Okay, it looks like I have parental controls on this device. Let me see what happens here. Yes. Okay, it's password protected for this system. Let me go do a quick Google and I will come back and see if I can get past this password. Okay, the password is relatively easy to get past. I have done reset it at this point. I'm not going to tell you how to do that on here. If you need to know, I will leave a link to the video where I learned how to do this down in the description of this video. But I don't want a bunch of parents mad at me because I showed their child how to reset their parental lock. So now that I know my own password on it, mine is all zeros. I just made it easy because it don't matter for me. I can watch Lord of the Rings if I want to. So I'm not going to get a copyright on this right here. I'm going to stop this now. I'm going to reset it and take that out. And my first attempt at repairing the console, and it was successful, and it was a really easy fix. It's just getting into the console and knowing exactly what to change was the first steps. And one of my capacitors tested bad that I replaced. One of them didn't test bad. It didn't test full health, but it tested good enough to work. I replaced both of those and the console is now working. I'm not giving this thing a super deep cleaning because it just simply does not need it. I don't want to put any extra wear and tear on the ribbon cables right now, just from the simple fact of, you know, trying to get some minute amount of dust off. It was a little dusty. I'm going to clean like the drive tray and stuff. That's what's got the most dust in it, is the drive area. So that is back in secure. Okay, let's see. I've got to put some screws in this controller port. If any of you are still watching, what about this this memory card that allows you to hack your PlayStation 2? Is it worth getting? I can't remember. I can't exactly remember what the name of it is. I was debating about getting one of those.
All right, I'm very pleased with how this PlayStation turned out. It is very clean. Let me do the final touches to the cleaning right now on the outside. Well, that's the PlayStation 2, totally completed, cleaned up, ready to rock and roll. I'm going to plug it into the TV one more time to make sure I didn't do anything that would mess it up when I put it back together. And once I verify that, it will be ready to go into service. Okay, pressing the power button now. Okay, I'm going to put a disc in. I still haven't cleaned the drive yet. I've got to do that. It's just a little bit of dust, but that looks good. Let me get my blower and blow this thing out. Alright, let me put a disc in. Disc is loading. And it still works just fine. Well guys, that's the beautiful Sony PlayStation 2 fixed. It's exactly what I was hoping was wrong with it. It was a capacitor. I actually thought it might be two, but it was one capacitor. The other one looked like it might be failing. One of them wouldn't read any microfarads at all, so I knew that was a bad capacitor. I replaced both of them while I was in there, and this thing works flawlessly now. If y'all like this kind of content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. This is a brand new channel and I'm going to be doing more stuff like this. The next one I've got is an Xbox 360. I'm going to be trying to solve a no power issue in that one. I don't expect it to be as easy as this one was. If you're interested in watching that video, y'all tune in next time and we'll see if I can fix that one or not. Thanks for watching.